When We Were Young, 2024 all album plays. 57 records being played front to back, not back to front, as some people say.
Yeah, it's all alleged, but we don't know until we get there.
We won't know until we get there. Buy your tickets now. At the Emo Social Club, we are reviewing all of the records that are being played at the festival. And this episode today, we are reviewing the All American Rejects self-titled record. Before we get into our takes on this record, Lizzie,
yes.
Why don't you give us some background on the All American Rejects, All American Rejects, All American Rejects?
So this originally debuted through Doghouse Records and then was re-released about a year later, not even a full year later, honestly, with DreamWorks Records, which is a subsidiary of Geffen Records. And it came out October 15th, 2002. They did earn a platinum certification here in the US and in Canada, though, for it.
Yep.
So the singles that came off of this were Swing Swing, Time Stands Still, and The Last Song. Swing Swing, obviously we all know Swing Swing, was the number 8 on the Billboard's Modern Rock charts when it was released. Last Song was number 28, and Time Stands Still stood still and did nothing. My Paper Heart, which is their opening track on the album, was released as a promo single in 2003, which probably should have been that third single instead of Time Stands Still.
We thought that they were playing Move Along.
Yeah, we did.
Which it's going to be very hard to give my take on this record without mentioning, like, why are they not playing that record?
And we talked about it too, because also 2002, we've already passed what would have been the milestone date technically. So the next one would be Move Along, which is 2025.
Yeah.
So it came out in 2005, so 20 years. So that would make more sense with the dates aligning.
What I'm assuming is they don't want to do it here. They want to do their own tour for 20 years next year, which I get. I don't think it would be a bad thing to play the record at When We Were Young this year, but we're getting this record instead.
Yeah, here we are.
So there's that. But we definitely thought it was going to be Move Along, and we were hearing all those songs. And as a side note, that record fucks. Anyway, we're not reviewing Move Along. We're reviewing this record.
So stay along and have fun.
Move along. Don't move along.
Don't move along.
Before we get into our opinions on this record, though, we are reviewing all 57 records on this YouTube channel. So make sure that you are subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, you will not know when we drop our next review. And that's going to be your favorite album. I know it is. I know the next one we do is going to be your exact favorite album. And you'll be like, I can't believe I didn't hear the Emo Social Club tell me what I think about this record.
I know you really want to just be ready to fist fight Brian when he inevitably says that he hates it.
Make sure you're subscribed so that you are aware that that has come out, that you will get notified for it. Check us out on TikTok and Instagram as well. We are also posting clips from all these over there. And just, give us a like, give us a shout, give us a holler.
Let me tell you about what I think of All American Rejects' self-titled album, All American Rejects. I had listened to this album maybe for like the first time in full a long, long time ago. Thinking way back, because I had to be in like early high school when I listened to this, to think that this had a lot more songs that are on Move Along on it. And then I went back and said, oh, never mind, I'm wrong. Obviously, I love My Paper Heart. Just one of the few other singles outside of their primary ones they are known for overall that I really do love and enjoy. Getting through the latter half of this album, oh my God, it was like I was climbing a mountain and I was never reaching the top. And then my asthma kicked in and I had to stop. And I said, damn it, I have to keep going. I'm not a quitter. And then I did it. And then I said, oh, thank God. Now I can go back down. It's a mountain to climb after a certain point.
Yeah.
My tops that I was trying to be a little bit more cognizant with this one because it does have more singles that I feel like we know more, except for Time Stands Still. Fuck that one. But my top ones here was One More Sad Song because of the fact it solely reminds me of Alistair. I love Alistair, Chicago local band. What's up? It's just like, it's early punk, but that's when it just started to get a little bit more poppy. And I really enjoy that like fine line sound of punk music a lot. And I think it's not done super well, but when it is done, I think it really hits well. A lot of people just don't talk about Alistair too. So I also want to slip that in.
Trying to drop Alistair in the chat.
The other one I really liked was Don't Leave Me. It sounds like they wanted to experiment with like synth a little bit more. And I think for that time, that was a little bit more innovative and out of the box. So I did really like that. And I felt it was more fun. If it was a bigger track, I feel I could kind of slip it in like during like a neon pop punk playlist type of thing.
Sure.
And I think it could be really fun. My other top was Drive Away because it reminds me of Alistair.
God damn it.
I literally kept like stopping during these two songs saying, think this is an Alistair song, actually, not an All American Rejects song.
It would have been around the time.
It is around the time.
That time too. So.
Yeah, somewhere down in Fullerton, everybody. Yeah. When we get halfway down, get Tracy, all right? So ones I was absolutely not stoked about. Too Far Gone, Too Far Long. End it. Cut it. I can't do it anymore, my guys. Cut it. We're done. Why Worry? It was just a slow song. Again, I don't really like slow songs. So more often than not going to be my fave ever. Happy Endings. I am so overjoyed when it did end.
I see you writing quips in your room like,
I am a music journalist.
Yeah, okay.
My word salads. But so I really like that they had the little wedding bells throughout. I think that was cute and it added to what they were trying to do in their song. Way too long. Absolutely. You get to like maybe 2.5 minutes in and you're like, oh my God, stop the bells. I don't need it anymore. I get it, Tyson Ritter. Jesus. This is where I actually had to like also stop the song. I had to also stop during Too Far Gone and Why Worry, because I'm like, I cannot get through this. I'm like, I need to get through the end. I am not a quitter. And I finished it. And then I was like, okay, I'm done listening to music for the rest of the day.
I'm done with music.
I can't do music today. And I
put
on a murder podcast and everything was okay.
Wow. All American Rejects made you stop music. I'm done with music now.
I feel like if you wanted to get a really rough intro of All American Rejects and also do like that Alistair type of like early pop punk, I think this is like a good album to start with. Just don't listen to some of the other ones.
Yeah, I had never listened to this album in full before this, and it was just very hard for me to not be doing Move Along. I was like, it's just a better record, guys.
You could actually not move along.
This whole record sounds so immature, like a band just had to get something out because they had some singles, they had a pretty blue-eyed singer, they had a talented group of people, and they just needed to get something out. A lot of the songs are very long. A lot of the songs don't need to be there. The album is longer than it needs to be. I don't know why, but there's a lot of filler on this record to me. On that note, the last song is a god tier song.
Of course.
Altogether. That song is so fucking good. I love the last song so much, and I will sing its praises till the end of time.
And it is actually the last song on the album.
That's the biggest problem with it. You're saying the back end is so long. It's like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And that is the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it's
brilliant. Like, I need to get here because I love this song, and I made it. And then I said I can't listen to music.
Yeah, they should have put it earlier, man. That song is so good, and it doesn't belong at the end of this record. It should have been way bigger for All American Rejects. Obviously, Swing Swing is a good song too, but I just generally think the last song is like the best song on this record. Two other songs that I really liked. I agree with you. One More Sad Song and Drive Away for the same reasons. They are Alistair core. They're like that old school Warped Tour pop punk sound. I really liked those songs for that, and I didn't think they were filler. No. I thought they were actually like good, well-made songs, you know? Like
if that album was more of that,
yeah.
Solid.
Absolutely.
Solid.
Absolutely. You picked a few least favorite tracks. Mm-hmm. I only picked one. It was Happy Endings, which we agree on. And I want to point out Happy Endings about something that bothered me about the record as a whole.
Okay.
All of the electronic parts on this record sounds like someone bought a Casio keyboard and used the presets to make all of it. Happy Endings is annoying because it uses a bossa nova preset on a Casio keyboard, and it's like, like, oh my God, what was your budget? $5? Like,
it might have been $5. This is the early 2000s.
No, this was not from DreamWorks Records.
No, remember originally, but it came out on another Doghouse record. They were in the Doghouse, Brian.
They had the ability to redo some things on this record. I think that the fucking keyboards, I think the like lo-fi, low quality keyboard sounds on this really holds it back. I think they could have done a lot less of that on this record and it would have been way better. I think it would have had way more staying power, but all that keyboard stuff, like it just sounds like a local band that is playing a set at their local VFW hall. It just really pulls the sound down for me. It was really rough, and God, everything I'm saying right now feels so bad because I absolutely love the All American Rejects.
No, that's the thing is that, again, love Move Along.
Yeah.
Their album that Gives You Hell on it is also very solid.
They made so much better music. I do think this is an immature record, but I do think that you see the potential and the promise in this band. And I'm so glad that they made Move Along. And I really hate that the entire review of this record is, God, I wish they weren't playing this record.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's rough. There's some very good moments, but it is rough altogether as a package, I think. Well, that hurts to say. Obviously, we have an opinion. Our opinion is not the only one that matters. There are many people out there that will be buying tickets to this, giving their opinion with their attendance. So we wanted to get some other people's opinions on this record. And so I looked at Amazon. Lizzie found some critics. What did they think? What are they thinking about this record? This is a review from December 10th, 2017. Okay, so more recent. 15 years later. 5-star review from Mel. Great music, great vocals, good storylines. I was the new kid and I didn't know anyone, so my times were spent in the library the first month with this album and a book to keep me company. It was great, although lonely. This album kept me sane. These guys are great. Music is amazing. I love it. Mel, I hope you're okay.
Hey, Mel, I hope you listen. I get that vibe, but you know what you could have done? Not listen to that album.
This is a review from 2012. So 10 years after the album came out. Adrian Cooper, 3-star review. The title of the review is called, I Guess I'm Just One of the Few Big Fans That Finds This Album Disappointing. Swing Swing was the first song to ever introduce me to the Rejects. It's present here. The song is catchy, the lyrics are nice, and it stands out. Time Stands Still is another goodie. It's like pure bright pop with a little rock thrown in. The last song is the last song on the album, and the final song I'll speak on directly. It's a really energetic rock number that hits all the right spots. I love everything about the song and is my favorite off the record. There were maybe 2 to 3 other songs that tickled my fancy on this release. However, the rest was a samey average fest. After getting through the album, I couldn't believe that so many people have referred to this album as the best of the Rejects. If anything, it just proves a humble beginning for them. At best. I was so lucky to have found what had seemed like the only copy left in the $5 Walmart bin one night shopping with my mom. If I had bought it here for double the price, I would have been double pissed. I'm not saying it's a bad record. However, unlike the natural progression that the following All-American Rejects CDs make by trying on a new sound, this one easily seems to lag a bit behind. My favorite record of all time by them, as of today, is When the World Comes Down. That album just had the perfect mix of less serious tracks and heartfelt ones that just tugged at all the heartstrings. It really didn't hurt that the album was eclectic in sound without being unfocused. I think it's nearly perfect, actually. The Rejects are really going to have a hard time living up to it. This album as a whole, I could do without. Too mundane. Lots of the songs sound like another track that came somewhere before it. Disappointing, especially for an effort by a band like them. 3.5 stars. I agree. There's a lot of same sounding songs on this too. The melodies of the choruses are really like the same over and over again.
It's copy pasted.
Yeah, it sucks. God damn it. It hurts me so much to say these things.
I know. Well, you know who else had thoughts and opinions on this? Critics. And this was written in 2003 by Elizabeth Bromstein. And it was rated N. I don't know what that means. N, like the letter N.
Oh.
I couldn't find.
Are we talking alphabet?
Yeah.
Like A is the best and Z is the worst?
That's what the only thing I could think of. The only other thing I could think about is if like Y and N, like yes and no.
Oh, okay.
That's maybe it.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. This ranking system, maybe this is why it's archived and it's no longer on site. But besides that point.
On site.
As if their horrifyingly overdone pop punk thing weren't bad enough, the All-American Rejects seem intent on embodying their name. Every last song on this record deals with lost love and loneliness. Jesus. Why don't you just stick a loser sign on your forehead and save us the trouble? Incorporating the odd classic rock or 80s pop elements doesn't improve things. In fact, it makes it worse, since it feels like they've crammed everything they know in here. Obviously, they don't know much.
I don't generally like it when we have a negative reviewer, like a critic who's like really down on a record, even a record that I don't like. But this one, I'm like, okay.
Like, listen, and we've had a lot of those.
Like, yeah, but sadly, I'm like kind of on her side on this one. Fuck.
Ew.
Oh, loser.
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 So this other one comes from Rolling Stone. February 2003, 3 out of 5 stars. Also very short and to the point. These fresh-faced Oklahomans flesh out their earnest pop punk with hip-hop samples, synthesized strings, and folky guitar, slathering the whole package with a radio-ready sheen. Highlight, Swing Swing, a Weezer light Love Gone Bad anthem with hit potential.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
It's very Weezer-like.
I never even thought of that. I read it and I was like, hello.
Yeah. That's our thoughts. That's some other thoughts. But the question we need to answer is, should you see this record at When We Were Young 2024?
I think I would want to go and see part of it because
Which part?
A part.
A part.
A part of it before we get to the end at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I don't want to feel like I'm climbing a mountain in the middle of a festival because I'm already going to be battling against the elements. So why add another one to the mix? They are very fun live. So there's that. So I know I'll have a good time. And at the very least, first of all, they open their set with Paper Heart, regardless, one of my favorite All American Rejects songs. So this is at the top of the album. So I would probably go for the top and hear like a handful of songs, which does include Swing Swing, and then probably dip.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Like, I would rather see All American Rejects play like a regular set, not an album play. And for this album, I would very much like to come back to hear them play the last song because I absolutely love that song. I think it's one of the top All American Rejects songs. So I do want to see them play that. I'm probably going to skip this record. I don't feel very strongly about any of it. I do feel strongly about the singles, which I feel like I could see at any All American Rejects show. So I'm likely to skip this one.
Makes sense.
It sucks. It hurts. I love All American Rejects. This hurts.
You're sorry, Tyson Ritter.
Sorry, Tyson. I'll high five you. You're 9 feet taller than me. So that's our thoughts. That's where we land. Are we right? Are we wrong? Do you love this record? Are you on our side?
Do you hate us now?
Are you mad at us? Be mad at us. It's fine. It's fine if you're mad at us. Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe so you check out all the records that we've reviewed. They're all there. They're all ready to go for you. One of them is your favorite, and we either have talked about it or we will. So
you don't miss it.
Don't miss it. But until then, until the festival, until All American Rejects, until Self-Titled, until When We Were Young 2024, we'll see you there.